I supported Donald Trump because I think most of his policies are more geared towards the average American.
I supported Bernie Sanders in the beginning.
When it came down to it, I really didn't support any president. They were both very bad in their own ways. With Hillary Clinton, I felt like it was a corrupt politician, but with Donald Trump, it was a stupid businessman.
I kind of leaned towards Donald Trump because I'm more of a conservative person.
I didn't really want to support either Trump or Hillary. It wasn't kind of like my ideal candidate ideas.
I still am a Hillary supporter. However, there's so many things that I don't like about her, which is why I'm not very vocal about supporting her. She stood for equality in all things, regardless of religion, race, sexuality.
I held more democratic views towards the election, and I didn't agree with many of Donald Trump's ideas.
I support Donald Trump because he hasn't been in government a lot, so he's kind of someone like us, he's a person like us, so he kind of feels what we want and kind of wants what we want.
I like to think that we live in a progressive society and that Hillary Clinton would have been able to create progressive change within that society. On the campaign trail and even before that, I've seen her try to recognize and understand the different needs of different aspects of our society. I really believe that she could have encompassed the different wants and created comprehensive legislation to address these needs and reverberate a more positive effect throughout our society.
We're going to see a more Republican and possibly conservative standpoint in government instead of Democratic and liberal. So I'm kind of interested to see where that goes.
I personally stood with her throughout this election, and I think the fact that just because she's a woman, she couldn't get elected even though she's held so many high positions in our government. I think it's just extremely discouraging to women all over this country that as much work as she put into her campaign, that we couldn't even take that win.
I feel pretty good. I think it was a surprise that Trump won, but I think that he's a true American and he'll do the best that he can to make our country great again.
I feel really disappointed in how the election turned out. However, I'm not really surprised because America has always been racist, so it's not surprising that they pick a racist to run this country.
I don't really have any feelings towards the election just because either way, they don't have as much power as we think they do.
I'm hoping to see that Donald Trump can actually go through with his promises and make the country great again.
Immediately, I think the priority right now is to lessen the polarization of society right now. That polarization, that hatred from both sides has really mobilized an uneducated, hateful class to rise up and be politically active against the scapegoated minorities that we've seen in this election.
I think one problem that I see right now is definitely the race relations of the African American community and cops, and I really hope that can get fixed because I think it's a sad thing for what's happening on both sides.
I hope that our country gets out of national debt, and I hope that we return back to a stable state and we continue to be a powerhouse country.
I kind of like how he's gonna deport all illegal immigrants so that the immigrants that are trying to get in and become a citizen the right way is good, because the illegal immigrants that are trying to come in the right way and get citizenship like that, the legal immigrants are taking their jobs away from them, so then they don't have jobs.
My hopes for the future are that Donald Trump and Mike Pence and everybody who Donald Trump picked to be in his cabinet don't ruin the country, because the way they're heading and their views, it's gonna go south.